Hello, this is JoyNews Today. I am MFA Akosia Adati. The news is live from our studios here in Kokomlemle, Accra, and also live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125. Top stories this hour. President-elect John Mahama asked his supporters to channel their energies into positive enterprise to rebuild Ghana. We've got more for you. Also, we may have lost the battle, but not the war. Words of Dr. Bawumia as he calls for a united front and an end to the blame games following the party's 2024 electoral defeat. Parliamentary candidate for Dome-Kwabenya vows not to relent in his efforts to get justice. We've got this plus details of business, sports in this bulletin. Please stay for details. First on the stories, channel your energy into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding Ghana. These are the words of President-elect John Mahama as he urges those engaged in acts of vandalism of government's facilities and installations stop immediately. Speaking shortly after being declared the winner of the 2024 presidential election, he acknowledged the challenges ahead, stating that the journey will not be smooth because the outgoing government has plunged Ghana into an abyss. Here is Maxwell Agbagba with more.
What a day! What a day the Lord has made!
The atmosphere at John Mahama's campaign office was filled with celebration and gratitude as his vehicle arrived. Party stalwarts and supporters, many dressed in white, gathered to mark the occasion. NDC Chairman Johnson Isiedun Ketia, however, urged members to remain modest in their celebrations.
Let me advise that we should be modest in our celebrations because I can almost feel the weight of responsibility on our shoulders.
In his address, President-elect John Mahama called on citizens to refrain from vandalizing government facilities and installations, urging them instead to channel their frustrations into rebuilding and resetting Ghana.
I know that many of you are feeling frustrated and angry, but I ask you today, please do not give in to negativity and pessimism. There have been reports of acts of vandalism at some government facilities and installations. I urge you not to vent your frustration in criminal enterprise. We must channel our anger and frustration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our nation.
John Mahama also revealed that he had received a congratulatory call from President Kufuor. During their conversation, both leaders agreed on the swift inauguration of a joint transitional team to ensure a smooth transfer of power.
And we had the opportunity to discuss matters related to the joint transitional team. We agreed on an early inauguration of the joint transitional team as early as Wednesday, the 11th of December. I conveyed my sincerest regards to him and expressed my readiness for us to work together to ensure a smooth transition in the best interest of the Ghanaian people.
Acknowledging the challenges ahead, John Mahama stated that the outgoing government has left Ghana in a dire state. However, he expressed confidence in the collective ability to overcome these obstacles and rebuild the nation.
I also give thanks to God for preparing a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and for anointing my head with oil and making my cup run over. For all its historic undertones, this mandate represents many things for all political actors and those who seek to lead our nation. It shows that the Ghanaian people have little tolerance for bad governance, particularly of the sort witnessed in the last 8 years, and that they are willing to take decisive action at critical moments when it matters most. These 8 years have witnessed some of the darkest periods of our governance.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the John Mahama campaign, Professor Joshua Alabi, says retail campaigning and strategic audits of agents in Ashanti region were just part of the multi-pronged approach deployed to secure a resounding victory in the 2024 presidential elections.
We call it the multi-system strategy. Okay. You see, when we lost the 2020 election, we realized that 2024 will be a done deal for us. Because with all what they did, suppress voter registration, pump a lot of money into the system, we put them from 169 to 137, right? And we reduced the gap. You follow? So it was clear that with all what they did, we can bring them down. We even believe we won, but the court said no. So we have to look at the new strategy. So we did branch audits, especially in Ashanti and Eastern. Because in 2020, we had some polling stations where we had 9 branches, 9 executives, but we scored 0 there. So it meant that they were not our people. So we did branch audits. For example, I went to Bosibiri Fremu from every polling station. I went to Kwabiri East, every polling station. I went to Sobin, every polling station. Other colleagues did the same. Then we got to know the nature. After that, we divided Ashanti region into 5 regions. Yeah, 5. 47 constituencies, 5 regions, giving respect to every region as a full region and attention. You follow? Then after that, we spread out. The Flabberer took a team, the running mate took a team, the national chairman took a team. Then all these were supported by the national youth organizer and a team, the national organizer and a team, and with other small teams. So we spread out. In fact, we didn't allow them breathing space. So we are not surprised at the result. We worked for it.
Presidential candidate of the governing New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahama Dubawumia, has called for an end to the blame games within the party after suffering one of its heaviest electoral defeats. Addressing party supporters at his official residence a day after the Electoral Commission officially declared the results, the Vice President said internal data shows that 40% of electors that voted for the NPP in 2020 abstained from voting this year. While John Mahama maintained his votes from 2020, Dr. Bawumia urged the supporters not to despair, but stay united and forge ahead to wrestle power from the NDC in 2028.
Namengense mubebasa domno doso nyamishira munyina Nino ene chairperson Julie ene muya moka hunyina wedi mwashe mekura ya kotoa ba sedi yenyina na ye hwese ebeye no amba sa na enti ena yejitu mu se uhwe abano a President Mahama ni NDC no mu wini but said me kan no we interest is over battle ye lose battle but war no de ye nyen lose ye enti me pese me hyemu nyina kura de a e wo no say de mu amu no election ye na ye de ma NDC enye omu na omu wini omu numbers no ansesa from 2020 yen ye de no above by 40%. Enti analysis no eye simple. Enti adia me pese ye nyina ye hu say united we stand, divided we fall. this time no obia very aho kakra. We are in pain. And yes, I've seen many people in pain. Maybe I have an abiding belief in God. It means say you don't question it. His ways are not our ways. Inti oshishe baby na unti hasie. But adie no ebia ene na eye papa mau. Udi onni. His ways are not his ways. Inti who pain no. Don't start blaming people. Blame game no. Ebe destroy. Let's come together. Because ye name say if we are
Well, let's speak to my colleague Kenneth Jesse for more on this. Kenneth, tell me more. What's happening in the Vice President's camp, if there's anything happening?
The Vice President appears to be in high spirits. Today he was speaking to...
Kenneth, you want to position yourself so we can hear you?
Is it better, please?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Ken. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, the Vice President appeared to be in high spirits today, a day after the Electoral Commission officially declared former President John Dramani Mahama as the winner of the just concluded election. Now, he was speaking to 4 different constituents. That is Anyaso, Tuom, Wejagbawe, Trobu, and then Klote Kole. Mind you, 3 of these constituencies were only 4 of the MPs that were able to be voted for in the Greater Accra region, and they told him that they are behind him, they support him, they are rallying behind the party, they are offering him all the support that he needs. All the MPs elect from these 3 constituencies, that is Anyaso, Utuom, Wejagbawe, and Trobu, were also present to console the Vice President, saying that he fought a good fight and is rallying the members of the party that they should mobilize for the next election ahead, which is 2028. And as Dr. Valmia mentioned, they also reiterated that the party base refused to vote because of voter apathy and are calling on all party members to vote and come together so that they win the elections in 2028.
Well, thank you, Jesse. Quite a clarion call at a very early stage, but thank you so much, Kenneth, for bringing us. Moving on, the National Peace Council has condemned incidents that led to the death of 3 at Mankraso and Akomadan in the just-ended presidential and parliamentary elections. It's seeking security agents to ensure persons who are found culpable are made to face the full rigors of the law. Nanaya Boache joins us with more details. Nanaya, please give us details on this issue that's happening.
Well, MF, you realize that after the election on Saturday, Collation in the Afuano constituency was put to a halt due to some disturbances that occurred in the constituency. There was a mass intrusion into the Collation Center where some supporters of the NEC decided to resist attempts by the EC to declare the parliamentary results. Well, 3 people have been reported dead, and this morning the National Peace Council is condemning the act. According to the Peace Council, the incidents that led to the death of these 3 people must be investigated, and the perpetrators must face the law. And if anybody is found culpable per the investigation that will be carried out by the Ghana Police Service, we must not let the person go scot-free. This morning in the Tepa Ahafwano constituency, there's an emergency meeting ongoing by chiefs and religious leaders to ensure that calm is restored. But unfortunately, we have been told that some party or some other side are refusing to show up. This is being done by the chief of Tepa, but we are learning that some party is refusing to show up for them to resolve the matter. As it stands now, measures are being put in place by the religious leaders and then by the chief to ensure that collation is being done peacefully and that the result is being declared. As of now, the Peace Council has confirmed that in Makransu and Akomadan, 3 people have been killed out of the violence that occurred, and so they are calling on the Ghana Police Service to arrest the perpetrators.
Well, Nana, do we know anything about these persons that have lost their lives? Have we heard anything from their families at all?
Well, as I speak to you, and from the letter issued by the Peace Council, they are moving into the communities to engage with the families that lost their loved ones. This is the time for them to go and console them. We are also doing very well to get in touch with the families. As and when we get details on that, MFA would be able to report correctly.
Rather sad story. Thank you so much, Nana. Now, moving on, the NPP's parliamentary candidate for Dome-Kwabenya, Oquaye Jnr, is still protesting the election results released by the Electoral Commission. He's been addressing the issue at a media briefing.
Result. The question is, will you go to court?
Oh no, the EC said they'll get back to us. So we are waiting on the EC. I don't want to say more than that because that is the situation. We want peace, but we want the things to be done properly. If I win, I win. If I've lost, I live to fight another day. But the right thing must be done. You cannot go and collate results alone with the EC and come and declare it. You were there yesterday. I remember you interviewed me around then. Is that right? That is what we are saying.
So have you reported the incident to the police service?
Oh, the EC are in charge. That's why they suspended it. Yes.
Okay, so that's Oquaye Jnr. Filing out of his campaign premises now. And, you know, the argument is being made now by the New Patriotic Party within the Dome-Kwabenya constituency that they do not seem to agree with the outcome of this very result that we're seeing within the constituency. But as you may have it, of course, we're live for you and we're giving you a sense of what's happening now, where a number of supporters don't seem to be happy with the outcome of this very declaration that was made within the Dome-Kwabenya constituency. The supporters believe that the district coalition officer wasn't there when all of this happened. Let's take you to the action because you need to find out what exactly is happening. Just come along with me because they're still cheering him on, believing that Oquaye Jnr, I should say, is the winner of this very elections within the Dome-Kwabenya area. Mami, and let's try and get the chairperson of the constituency. Good morning to you, sir. It appears that you are still not satisfied with what the declaration is.
No, we know, because honestly, I was present when the ballot papers were snatched, and I saw it. I saw the policemen following this young man, who they didn't accost him. They brought the ballot papers after 1 hour. So I personally questioned the policeman, where is this man? And he goes like, oh baby, it's not this criminal offense, and you've gone to collect this. So I was expecting him to have arrested this man, but he brought the ballot papers after 1 hour. Who knows what he has done to these ballot papers? And so we cannot.
You are the constituency chairperson, correct?
I'm not the chairperson.
But you were there.
I'm a police station.
So you are one of the executives.
I was one of the executives.
So you personally witnessed.
I personally.
Why didn't you report to the police service?
No, the police were there. In fact, the police saw him, so the police were following him. But I was expecting them where the guy was armed. So he goes like, hey. And this guy just walked away and entered his vehicle. And he's moved the car away. But for somehow, the police, after 1 hour, they got this man back. They got all the papers back.
This happened to be a stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. Exactly. Why did you lose control over your own following then?
Well, that's an internal matter, but honestly, many people did not show up to vote for some other reasons.
So you still believe that your party won?
Oh yes, Dome-Kwabenya, we won.
Okay, so what will be next for you now?
Well, just as my leader has said, I trust his judgment. The EC say we should wait on them, so we are waiting on them. And based on what they tell us, we take the next line.
All right. Thank you so much. Your name, sir?
Dr. Teofilo Saki.
So that's Dr. Teofilo Saki telling us about his personal experience. But the chair is still on. You see Oquaye Jnr. cheering on and urging his supporters.
Well, we'll bring you details of that development as Dome-Kwabenya is the largest constituency and the stronghold of the NPP, and the provisional results suggesting that the NDC's candidate, Elikuli Makrogo, must have won that seat. And so we'll bring you the developing story as it is still in contention. But moving on, Member of Parliament for Madina, Francis Xavier Susu, says he will continue projects he started and ensure his constituents are better off. Speaking earlier on News Desk, Mr. Susu, who has been retained, said his work will be easier because he'll work with the NDC government.
I think they can only expect a better representation, a representation that will be born out of desire to serve. So serving the people will be my priority, and serving them with humility, with a fear of God, making sure that you represent their very interest, both in Parliament, in terms of the laws that we make in Parliament, and in terms of the government policies or the policies that the government is going to, roll out. I can assure the people of Madina that the youth in Madina are going to be beneficiaries of the 24-hour economy policy of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the National Vocational Apprenticeship Program that the President intends to roll out. The youth in Madina are going to be beneficiaries because I began what we call the Madina Job Center, which has impacted over 7,000 people, even in opposition. So I believe that now that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is in charge with some of programs like this, I can easily access those programs for the people in Madina. One of the major deficits we have in Madina is infrastructure. So in the last 4 years, my attempt to get major infrastructure interventions have not yielded much because obviously the executive controls the resources that are used for those critical infrastructure. For example, the storm drains that we have not been, no work has been done on them at all. Our inner roads are completely destroyed.
Mr. Susu has also been hinting at where his side of the House will sit when Parliament resumes next week.
I think that when the Lord has confirmed our majority, whom am I to change what happens on the floor?
So the NDC will still sit on the majority aisle?
The interesting thing is that, you see, on the floor, the NDC remains the working majority. All we need to do is to just go there in the morning. One speaker comes, we pass a resolution to remain where we are.
Well, supporters of the National Democratic Congress at Oquaye Jnr in the eastern region took to the streets of the central business area to jubilate after John Mahama was declared president-elect. Kofi Sian reports.
Florida, the Eastern Regional Capital, where supporters of the NDC in the Eastern region are jubilating the declaration of President-elect John Dramani Mahama. Currently, I am in front of the party office of the New Teiman South NDC in Oquaye Jnr. So I would want to speak to some of them and take their views on the declaration and the victory of the party. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, boss.
Okay, so tell us about the declaration and why you are happy.
Yeah, I'm really happy because I am an NDC member and a working committee, youth working committee chairman. We winning massively for this election. The promise of John Dramani Mahama will deliver for Ghanaians, and Ghanaians will get good job to do.
So what do you expect the president to do when he's finally sworn in?
I expect John Dramani Mahama to deliver his promise, because he promised Ghanaians that he's going to deliver massively, and we vote for him. So we make sure that he fulfilled his promise. So Ghana would deserve better for John Dramani Mahama.
Okay, so as you can see, the jubilation is still ongoing. There are several NDC people on the street jubilating the victory of the party in Koforidua.
Powder, if it's a medicine, and that you my pa Mahama, ye papa yadin, you know, you are John Dramani Mahama. Ejuma pa ye besi ye mentino. Ghana man you not jini tumu, prekupe ABC da. Which your vote on ya? Let us say ya kakwa to minka. It's among Ghana you know nyaji, Koforidua nyaji, NPP ni NDC, NPP for the kaye ama eni jebia ekoso no mi hu bi da efisa ye to abawe amanfo nda.
Well, we'll speak to other correspondents to bring us the mood across the country. But before that, let's stay in the Greater Accra region, where the EC Regional Collation Center has for the second time suspended collation of parliamentary results for Ablekuma North constituency. The EC yesterday suspended the process midway after collating 219 out of the 281 polling stations. Let's cross over now as Sam George is addressing the press.
The law. Show me anywhere in CI 127 that gives Jean Mensa the power to put declaration on hold. She has no such power. Jean Mensa is acting unconstitutionally, she's acting capriciously, she's acting arbitrarily, she's acting maliciously, and we will not accept that reign of tyranny. Jean Mensa is not above the law. She and Boss Manasari must quote CI 127 and show me what gives them the power to do what they are doing. Unless the police, the Ghana Police Service here, send an official report that they can no longer handle. Look, we don't just have the police here, the military is here as well.
Exactly. Right here.
The military is out here as well. So what is the chaos that they are talking about? You know, so Jean Mensa, listen to me. Inyami yojibo. Inyami gan yojibo. Come on yojoba. Because na bulu ni afe ni ofio wonye wo fe ko o shega ma ahiashi Ablekuma North ne. And so we are demanding that you must do the right thing by CI 127. We demand it and we will exact that because that's our constitutional right. Sure.
And so that is Sam George, one of the leadership of the National Democratic Congress, who have been overseeing the recollation of both Oquaye Central and Ablekuma constituency result here at the EC regional office here in Accra. Now, let me take you back a bit. From yesterday, the two constituencies which had problem was their parliamentary election results were compelled to come to the EC regional office here at Ridge to do recollation of the two constituencies. Now, when the coalition started, the two parties, in fact, I must indicate that the NDC have been led by some bigwigs, including lawyer Abraham Amaliba, Eduje Tamaklo, who is also counsel to the party, as well as Mr. Otokuno and Sam George, including their parliamentary candidate, Irabna Obing, and the NPP also led by some members of the Council of Advisors to the election campaign committee of Dr. Baumia, Fred Owari, as well as Mr. Peter McMenu, were all here, including the parliamentary candidate Nana Equia Efrie, were all here to oversee the process. In the case of the Oquaye Central, it was agreed that a rule of over 60% of the polling stations across the constituency be applied, meaning that if they are able to get the pink sheet of over 60% of the polling stations, they can proceed to declare the result, and that is what gave Baba Sadiq victory for Ablekuma Central yesterday. For the case of Oquaye Central yesterday, for the case of Ablekuma North, it was agreed that they recollate all of the 218 polling stations in the constituency. That they started yesterday till about 8-9 p.m. when they did about 219 of it, and it was agreed that it was late, and so the process should be suspended to this morning, 10 o'clock. Now, we've been here for about 2 hours. Just when the process was about to start, the EC regional director gave some information that there is a directive from the national EC headquarters that all constituencies whose issues are being resolved should be put on hold immediately, for which reason the process has come to an end, leading to the agitation. We have seen the NDCs insisting that the coalition must be completed and the result declared today before they leave here. And so that's the issue at hand now. We're still here to see what the next line of action would be for both the EC and the NDC.
Well, my colleague James Aveji bringing us a wrap of what's happening at the Regional Collation Center here in Accra concerning Ablekuma North and particularly as well Dome-Kwabenya, which is still also in contention, as he's been reporting that yesterday there was clarity on the Oquaye Jnr central seat. There's also an update on that one, as Patrick Baumer has also tweeted saying that there's going to be following contention and some dispute challenges after that declaration yesterday. But let's still speak to our correspondent to still understand the mood following the declaration yesterday and the speech delivered by the president-elect. Let's go to the Volta region, obviously a stronghold of the NDC. My colleague Ivy Setoji will bring us updates. Ivy, tell us the mood following the declaration yesterday in the Volta region.
Well, the celebration started right on the day, that was Saturday evening, and also Sunday when I got back to the regional capital from Oquaye South. We saw a lot of people jubilating in town, wearing NDC t-shirts. Some residents also followed up. The streets were filled up. Yesterday, for example, on the streets of Ho, Central, for example, everywhere was filled up. Residents and party members were jubilating. We were able to interview some of them who said that the suffering for 8 years is now over, and they are waiting for the president-elect John Mahama to solve their problems, especially unemployment, women empowerment, and health, education, and other issues. So in the Volta region, the celebration is still ongoing. I understand in the evening, people will still gather and march through the principal street of the whole Central and other constituencies in the Volta region. So yes, the celebration is still ongoing until maybe after a week, according to the residents.
Well, Ivy, what about today? Are we back to normal lives after the celebration yesterday evening?
Well, for now, people are in their various workplaces, markets, and other places. But in the evening, we are sure, according to what we heard yesterday, that in the evening, residents and party members will still travel on the streets to celebrate again. According to them, they will do it for at least 5 or a week before they stop. So we are expecting that tonight the celebration will continue.
Not quite surprising, obviously, because the Volta region is the stronghold of the NDC. But thank you, Ivy. Now, let's take you to the central region to also see how the people over there were either jubilating or not. Hello, if my colleague Erica Santi.
Yeah, Aisha, can you hear me?
Must be nice
Hello,
to be
Aisha.
MFI here. But tell me, what's happening in central region?
Well, MFA, I don't know if you know the lyrics of Kim Palute's song.
Which one of them?
Sitifia.
Oh, Sitifia, Nibi. Oh, Sitifia, Nibi. I definitely do.
I mean, from all the 23 constituencies, that song has been the most popular song for the supporters of the NDC who are jubilating to that song. If you, go through the some of the principal streets here in the central region, you see the colors red, white, and green dominating, obviously, and to celebrate the victory of the NDC. A visit to communities like Brafoyal in the Abra Asebu Kwamankese constituency, Intin and Ekon in the Cape Coast South constituency, Abra and Amamuma in the Cape Coast North constituencies revealed wide jubilation. These supporters rode in the back of tricycles known locally as Abuboya, others perched on moving vehicles, here in the central region. The good news is that here in the central region, we haven't recorded any act of violence, which I believe stems from the message given to these supporters by their leaders. I'm talking about Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, Toku Ricketts, Minta Nyaku, and Gabriela Tete, who happens to be the regional communication officer of the ND. So here in the central region, Sitifia has been dominating, and I know it will dominate till the 7th of January, when His Excellency, the President-elect, is finally, giving the mandate of the Ghanaian people.
Eric,
so here in the central region,
Eric, that has my attention, because I would have thought that the Sitifia lyrics was quite exclusive to the NPP, and so I'm wondering why the NDC supporters are jamming to the song.
So they are taking inspiration from the fact that was the jamming song for the NPP, and since they've won, they would want to take take as an inspiration from that song, and obviously to want to tease them a bit. So Sitifia has been dominating here in the central region. If you come to the central region right now, MFA, Sitifia is still dominating.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Eric. Let's go to the North region, where my colleague Precious Semevo is also on standby to bring us a report as to how the mood has been between yesterday and this morning. Precious, if you can hear me, please bring us a report.
Yes, it hasn't been that different as it's happening across the country. Yesterday, after the declaration, even before the Electoral Commissioner declared the result, supporters of the National Democratic Congress were all over the place celebrating the victory. In Sunyani, it's a peculiar situation because this is the first time the NDC has won in Sunyani, both Sunyani East and West. So that is quite a significant victory they recorded. And they will tell you that they have every reason to celebrate, dancing and jamming with all the songs, any song, regardless of which political party the song is associated with. And one thing is that you see the supporters and you see other parties, other individuals wearing other party shirts as part of the celebration from the party office across the principal street of Sunyani, those driving motorbikes and all that. It's been that massive, enjoying the victory that they had. But only few incidents that sort of marred the celebration yesterday as we wake up to hear of some attacks of some government facilities, particularly the Forestry Commission, both at the regional level and the district level. It was quite a scene yesterday, but as we understand, the police is still on the issue. There were some also other attacks at the Metro Mass Transit, and this morning we understand that some 8 individuals have been arrested, and the police is still processing them through the investigation process to ensure that sanity comes back to town and people will be able to go about their normal activities. That has not stopped people from celebrating and hooting their horns in jubilation of the NDC's massive both at the regional level and the district level.
Okay. Thank you so much, Precious. Thank you very much. Let's move to my colleague Anas Sabit. Also on the vandalism, wasn't anything different as well here in the Greater Accra region. But Anas, tell us the mood. Apart from the excitement, is there anything else we should be worried about, especially as the president-elect has been giving them a clarion call to stop the vandalism? Please bring us a report.
MFA here in Teiman South. If you could remember, the EC chairperson last night announced the presidential, results excluding Teiman South. It tells you the EC were not actually through with their collation before the youth, are truncated through the agitations, the processes at the Divisional Police Command, which served as the Constituency Coalition Center for Teiman South. So the processes in terms of coalition is incomplete when it comes to Teiman South, but the declaration of the President-elect John Dramani Mahama, sent wild jubilations across the principal streets of Teiman. Ardent NDC supporters, couldn't wait to know actually what is happening. So far as the constituency results is concerned, it's been wild. The jubilation is, somehow unprecedented because it went deep into the night. People, expressing their joy that finally the NPP administration is out of office. What the people of the municipality don't actually know is that who
is actually representing them in Parliament, because the parliamentary coalition was truncated midway. So that is where the challenge is. People are unable to tell who is going to be.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll let you go quickly, but again, if you can confirm, as of yesterday, the presiding officer or the EC agents over there had been advised to leave town. Is that the case?
Exactly. Moments ago, I drove to the EC office once again to assess the situation there. The office remained locked. And all my attempts to reach the EC officials is proving futile, except that from yesterday I spoke with them and they told me they're out of town and some of them will need, psychologists to, psych them because of the trauma they went through when they were, trapped in the coalition room for some 4 hours. So as it stands, the EC are not reachable and we are waiting to see what will come out from the Electoral Commission at the head office in relation to the Teiman South issue.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anis. And you also, Anna Sabit, you also stay safe out there. Thank you very much for bringing us the report from Teiman South. Teiman South noted Oquaye becoming notorious for electoral violence, but we'll definitely be following it and we'll bring you updates if there is any declaration of the parliamentary seat in Teiman South. You're watching Joy News Today with me, Emefa Akosua-Adeti. We'll go for a quick one. When we come back, my colleague Winston Taki will bring you business.
Welcome back to Business on JoyNews Today. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. The Auditor General is convinced the building of permanent office infrastructure for the audit service across the country will allow the effective and efficient delivery of its mandate. Johnson Esiedu observed the service has over the years compromised the discharge of its duties to thoroughly probe state-owned businesses and institutions owing to undue influence. He was speaking at the commissioning of a new district audit service office at Tepa in Ahafo, Anon North District of the Ashanti region.
The Ghana Audit Service has over the years come under criticism for allegedly relenting in efforts to effectively scrutinize the financial records of state-owned institutions. Their independence to carry out their duties without fear or favor had been compromised. The service hitherto faced significant challenges in securing suitable office accommodation, often relying on district assemblies for office space or being forced to rent facilities. At the commissioning of the district office for the Ahafo North District, the Auditor General Johnson Esiedu explained the absence of permanent infrastructure with well-equipped resources impacted their services. The new office at Tepa is one of 16 edifices built across selected districts of the country and the second in the Ashanti region after Ofenso. It houses well-equipped offices and other ancillary facilities to support the daily administrative and technical duties of the service in the area. Representative of the Ashanti Regional Minister, George Kwache Ando, believes the facility would strengthen the works of the service.
Undoubtedly, this project will strengthen the regional and district infrastructure of the audit service, thereby enhancing its constitutional mandate of promoting good governance, transparency, accountability, and probity in Ghana's public financial management system. This initiative aligns with the MPP government broader commitment to decentralization and to ensure consistent and efficient mandate delivery by the Auditor General.
Tepamanhene, Dr. Nana Edusei Atwenewa Ampem I urged good maintenance culture. For Joy News, my name is Manuel Pratkwiku.
Now, moving on, the Jisonayili Satellite Vegetable Market has seen an upgrade into a modern market with the construction of new stores. The market now has 60 lookable stores, a banking hall amongst others, and is expected to serve as a growth area in the area.
Jisonayili Market in the past served as a vegetable market with just few tables lined up for the traders. But the Sanergo Municipal Assembly said to boost economic activities in the area, They have, under the World Bank Urban Development Project, built new market at a total cost of 80 million Ghana cedis to boost economic activities. Speaking at the commissioning, the municipal chief executive for Sanerugu Municipality, Yakubu Mohammed Ahmed, said Nanado is a transformational leader who sees local economic development as a critical quest to fight poverty at the local level.
Animal crab. These markets, that is the Jisonayili markets, and other 3 being constructed at Sanaru, Kalpohene, Katarga, are testaments to His Excellency Nanado's transformational leadership. The government of His Excellency Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia sees local economic development as very critical in the fight against poverty within our local communities. Therefore, development of the markets and other commercial centers have received a great deal of attention under this government.
The Northern Regional Minister, Shani Al-Hassan Shaibu, touted the success achieved by the NPP government and called for the maintenance of the stores to prolong its span.
People of Sunaili, Gurugu, and other adjoining communities are the beneficiaries of this project. No doubt, this market would be the game changer for this area. So much money has been spent on this facility, and it behoves on us to make good use of the place. Let us keep this place as economically viable as we have seen.
That's all for business. My name is Winston Taki. We'll be back with sports and showbiz after this break. Stay tuned.
Hello there, good afternoon. Welcome to the Showbiz segment with me, Jacqueline and Sama Yabua. Well, to our first story, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, isn't just winning hearts, it's topping the charts. Their campaign anthem, Queen Queen, by the multi-talented gospel artist Nasi, has hit #1 on Apple Music Ghana, becoming the unofficial soundtrack for the party's victory. As the 2024 elections come to a close, the tune has Ghanaians singing along to a historic moment. We have more in the following report.
With Quen Quen taking over airwaves and playlists, it's clear that the NDC's campaign struck all the right notes, literally. The song's catchy beats and uplifting message have become an anthem for party faithfuls and beyond, echoing on the streets, at rallies, and even in living rooms across Ghana. In a political crescendo, NPP presidential candidate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia gracefully bowed out, conceding defeat ahead of the EC's official announcement. The move cleared the stage for NDC's John Dramani Mahama to step into the spotlight for a second term as president. Even before the elections, Mahama himself praised Nasi's artistry, describing his ability to sync music with the campaign's message as unmatched. And it seems the public agrees. Quen Quen didn't just unite the party, it united the charts too.
Well, in the aftermath of Ghana's election, social media has been abuzz with hilarious and jaw-dropping moments that captured the nation's voting spirit, from a voter with a plastic-bagged hand mission to the unforgettable keke sensation. Ghanaians turned the electoral process into a gold mine of viral moments. Let's relive some of the iconic moments that kept us scrolling on social media.
One of the most talked about videos came from a polling station where a voter decided to go the extra mile all the extra plastic in ensuring his vote stayed pristine. Wrapping the plastic bag around his hand before dipping it into the ink, he earned himself the nickname Mr. Sanitize before ballot.
One gentleman is yet to vote, and what do you have on your thumb?
Oh, me person like emu dry mame. The way I'm to abana, baby any mistake. Show
it to the camera. You've wrapped it with a rubber, and you are waiting for what?
For vote.
For vote. And why is wrapping it? Because you can go and join the queue and vote. Obey to me are a rapper nefri hona wakwakoto aba.
Se me do na meto a na masane. Ti me sane wi na meto na masachechire. Nyame adom na e banku ni bi na masane.
And there was the Dome-Kwabenya classic, where a passionate party supporter turned keke into a viral anthem. The phrase, which loosely translates to something else, became a rallying cry, showing up in memes.
See, when you are at the police station and the pools are closed, okay, me, I was a police agent. After 3 something a.m. and you bring a brown envelope, that's the reason why we are telling you, MPP, they are not smart. You see, they think they are smart, but they are not smart. We are ahead of them. We are winning this seat, and we have already won it. But we want to give them a caution. When they sound ke, we will sound keke. When they sound keke, we will do keke. And when they do keke, we do krrrr.
At the MPP's final rally, another moment had the internet in stitches. A party supporter, initially thought to be a loyal MPP enthusiast, pulled a political plot twist of the century.
Currently here, supporting Dr. Bawumia, of course. What is one policy of his that is standing up for you, that is going to make you vote for him? You want to choose? Yeah. Honestly, I don't have much to say, but what I have to say is, I'm going to be trying to say this, but
From backhands to viral chants, this election season reminded us that Ghanaians don't just vote, they entertain, debate, and meme their way through democracy. As we head into the next political chapter, one thing's for sure. The election may be over, but these moments are forever stamped in our timelines. Jacqueline and Samaya Boy's report, read to you.
On that note, is a wrap for the Showbiz segments with me, Jacqueline and Sama Yabua. Over to you, Emefa.
Thank you so much, Jackie. And so which one of them was your most favorite video?
I mean, the keke video. You know, if they do ke, they also do keke. You know, I mean, that was my favorite. The highlight of the elections for me, though.
Well, I'm quite concerned about the young man who said that if NPP doesn't win or if NDC wins, we should set him ablaze. Basically, we should set him on fire. Unfortunately, jurisprudence will not allow you that if you consent such a thing and it's done to you, it won't be a crime. But I'm quite concerned. People have said that the fire service should be on standby because they definitely are going to do it. You can never understand electorates, but thank you so much for bringing us that one anyway. So for the highlights, this one is what the Sisifia and then the Queen one, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today on Joy News Today. This morning is on myjoyonline.com. Please stay with us. We're definitely still your election headquarters.